This is another public service announcement brought to you in part
by The Outsiders. Hi, my name is Sean Sims, host of The Outsiders podcast. Let's get started. According to Kathy Hughes, information is power. Well, Carlton Douglas, host of WOLB 1010, Frank Conaway Senior Show. See, and look at that. Pimp Daddy, Carlton Douglas. See, he had something he wanted to say on his show. He wanted to say some things about the outsiders. He wanted to say some things about, I guess, the Office of Legislative Audit. He wanted to say some things that he is not the advisor of the Conaways. He doesn't advise them. No. What we have here is, we've got a situation. We've got somebody saying something. It's not true. Let's hear what happened when yours truly went on a Frank Conaway Senior Show. This is who we're talking about. Oh, that is the clerk of the court. That is Xavier Conaway. See, Xavier Conaway's office, the clerk's office, the Circuit Court for Baltimore City, it was audited, just like his mommy's office. The monster in the moo-moo, Belinda Conaway, office audited by the Office of Legislative Audits, $1.1 million, poof, whoosh, missing. And this one, his office got audited too. Xavier Washington changed his name to Conaway. So let's take a listen. Take a listen in to Carlton Douglas and what happened with the audit. And I called in to let everyone know, to inform them what was going on.
Sean, Rashid, James, and Charles. Sean, you're in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I would like to thank my state senator. Her name is Shelley Edelman. I would like to thank her, and I'd like to thank the Department of Legislative Audit, the Office of Legislative Audits, because there was an audit that was conducted, fiscal compliance audit of the Office of the Clerk of Circuit Court for Baltimore City.
Now let me stop. There was an audit done. And I just said, now Belinda Conaway, the same audit office, the Office of Legislative Audits, went in to the Register of Wills office and found $1.1 million missing. So yours truly figuring, you know what? You guys need to go in and you need to look in the clerk's office, because he's right on the top floor and that's her son. And that office hasn't been audited for 5 years. No audit. 24-year-old, 25-year-old in charge of $35, $40 million. And he's been there for 3 years, a little over, and there's no audit. So let's take a listen to what the Office of Legislative Audit found.
Maryland for the period beginning October 16, 2021 and ending July 15, 2025. This report came out on February the 13th, and the report includes findings related to conditions that we consider to be significant deficiencies in the design or operation of internal control that could adversely affect the office's ability to maintain reliable financial records, operate effectively and efficiently, but before I
Now, this is where the craziness happens. After I question Carlton Douglas about advice that he's going to give the Conaways, because Carlton Douglas, in a meeting with myself, in a meeting with Bishop Barry Chapman, March of 2025, almost a year ago, at Applebee's in Reisterstown Plaza, he told the two of us that he had been advising the Conaways. And he also stated that the Conaways came to him as an advisor for his advice when young Xavier, who has no experience, does not know his head from a hole in the wall, came to them and said, hey, we want to run him for clerk. Why? Why did you want to get him in that office? And that will be coming out soon enough, why they wanted to get him in the office. So let's continue.
Auditing situation. What advice you gonna give us? I ain't gonna give him none, and you ain't either.
Now, I ain't gonna give him none, and you ain't either. Carlton, who in the hell do you think you are? Who do you think you're talking to? See, you're on that radio show. You would never say that to my face. See, that's what the situation is. When you are on the mic and people claim to me, I said, no, I don't have any problem talking to anybody right face to face. Nobody. I don't care who you are. But this one popping off, who do you think you are, Carlton? Whose family saved your bacon? You keep going on and on about the Conaways. Frank Conaway Sr., Frank Conaway Sr. saved me, Frank Conaway. He did this. You ain't going to talk about, you ain't going to advise. No, I am going to give him advice. And I'm going to give you advice, Pimp Daddy. Okay? Big pimpin', Pimp Daddy. Looking like a pimp from a 1975 blaxploitation movie. I'm going to give you advice. Keep on giving them that advice you're giving the Conaways, because your advice that you're giving them, great, fantastic, is working real good. And as for the Conaways, get your stuff in order. Because I believe the DOJ and the Trump administration is going to come in here in Baltimore City, in Maryland, and go over all this fraud, because their people are getting information about you, Jack. So let's continue. Well, you go ahead and bring that boy on there in the next 2 weeks, Carlton. Bring him on. Bring him on your show in the next 2 weeks. Let's see how that goes. Let's see if he has a cojones. Because he's running for office now, and I want to touch on that before I finish up. He's running for office, and this is what happened, folks, because I want to let you know what's really going on. Yours truly sent an email to Belinda Conaway and Sheila Dixon, Xavier Conaway, a few other people, letting Belinda know that her mentor, Desiree Dotson, who Frank Conaway Sr. begged when Desiree was running for office. Belinda never ran for nothing. Frank begged Desiree, please put Belinda on your ticket, your down ticket. So I sent that information out. These dumbbells took the bait. Some idiot went to Ivan Bates. Ivan, you should fire that person who advised you to have the down ticket with the Conaways and with Kogan, more so with the Conaways. You should fire him. Because that's what I wanted you to do. Oh yeah, I wanted you to do it. I figured I wonder if these people are dumb enough to hook up with somebody and pull them down. And then by doing it, expose themselves even more by coming together, thinking that will make them strong. And you did it. Ivan, why would you, if you're clean, hook up with Belinda Conaway, who's in the middle of a $1.1 million misappropriation investigation with the State Ethics Commission? The state prosecutor should be the one. They should have indicted her. $1.1 million missing. Let me see, that's a huge red flag for embezzlement of $1.1 million. And you went and listened to, I believe I know who told you or advised you to do that, bringing the Conaways bring in the Conaways. Maybe it's somebody who used to be an ex-drug dealer, advised you to do that, and you did it. What do you got, rocks for brains? You're the state's attorney. You don't buddy yourself up with somebody who has that kind of nonsense. And now we've got the audit report on the clerk's office that is saying, I just read some of it. Read it again. Our audit disclosed that the office did not have adequate procedures in place to ensure the accuracy of recorded criminal case dispositions. In addition, our audit disclosed 2 employees could unilaterally process trust and working fund disbursements, that's dispersing funds, without independent review and approval, and they did so with $7.3 million. Where'd that money go? You need a forensic audit to find this out. You need to, and Brian S. Tannen, CPA, Brian, you did a good job for the type of audit that you're supposed to do. That is an oversee type of audit. That's just to make sure mechanisms are working correctly, which he found they were not. And a forensic audit needs to be done. Collection efforts for criminal court fees, fines, and penalties, and the related record keeping were not sufficient to ensure compliance with state regulations. Yeah, you need the General Assembly, your state senators and delegates, you need to look into this. And people, and there's more, one more, because of inherent limitations in internal control. This is big. Errors of fraud may nevertheless occur and not be detected. That screams of a forensic auditor to come in to look to see what happened. Yes, there were allegations of fees that were paid by the mayor's office and the city council for years, 20 plus years. Overcharged. Where'd that money go? The MDEC system had to get set up. You can't set it up with all that money out there showing that was overcharged. So we had judiciary clerks go in and remove the fees, take them out of the system, so it shows that they were never paid, using accounting principles that were only meant for just little minor mistakes, not for 20 years worth of overcharged fees. That's what's going on. That's why you got to look at your candidate. Who are you putting in? Who are you voting for? I'm going to finish this because this is real interesting. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to finish what I got to say. I'm going to put that on the side. Educated voters on the candidates running for office. Educate yourself. Running for office is necessary to ensure people who are honest and have integrity, intelligence, and leadership skills, that they get elected, and not incompetence, not corruption, not fake people smiling and grinning while they rob you blind, not because of your family name. Well, my family name is this and that, so everybody should just put me in. No! They should get your vote because they are trustworthy. Is the clerk's office trustworthy? With that report that you just heard, it's 10 pages. You can go get it. Office of Legislative Audits is public information. And I'm going to be sending that report to a lot of people so that they can read it. And this person should be trustworthy. They shouldn't be a civil rights violating abuser, but quality candidates. Ivan Bates, putting them on your down ticket like that was a big mistake. You were clean. Now your name's going to be muddied into all of this. You should fire whoever gave you that advice. I'm Sean Sims, host of the Outsiders podcast, telling it like it is. And if you don't like it, you can take it, put it in your pipe, stick that thumb down real tight and smoke it. Anyway, God bless for those out there who really care, for those out there who are fighting for the cause of the truth getting out. God bless you. Continue to fight. Again, I'm Sean Sims, host of The Outsiders. Take care.